hurricane season is certainly that. We have a dangerous Irma heading for the Leeward Islands, and we have a Jose, which is just formed out there in the Atlantic. Looking here, this is the latest satellite picture of Irma. As you can see here, it has a very large, powerful eye. Hurricane winds extending 95 kilometers from that center, and from that center up to 250 kilometers, you're feeling those tropical storm force winds. So already beginning to feel the effects of this system coming across Antigua, bearing in mind that the core where the strongest winds are will likely be passing over Antigua with a devastating impact as we go through the next few hours and into early on Wednesday. Meanwhile, also for Antigua as well as Barbuda, St. Kitts, the Virgin Islands as well, for Montserrat, all of those islands are in a direct path of this system. Further to the south, out towards Guadeloupe, they could see a glancing blow here, but still obviously expect some damage there. And further towards the south for Dominica and St. Lucia, they may also feel some tropical storm force winds at times. So looking here, it will be the rain that will be the major factor. That big red splodge shows the extent of the rain, quite a large rain area set to come across the Leeward Islands, making its way then into Puerto Rico as we go through the next few days. And its track is set to be more on a northwester track, but obviously the greatest impact is still towards that northern side of this system. That north quadrant is where we get most of the damaging winds as well as the most torrential rains. But it is such a large system that wherever you are within this cone, basically you will feel the effects of Irma. And obviously there's a long laundry list. This system is set to push up towards the Bahamas by the end of the week, so they'll be watching that quite closely as well. Meanwhile, there's another system out there. This one is Jose, and this too is set to become a hurricane over the next few days. And obviously Jose is sitting over some very favorable conditions. Upper level winds are quite good, and it's also over some very warm waters. And the stirring winds should be pushing it around this area of high pressure, pushing it towards the west over the next few days. And eventually it may take a northwest turn and possibly recurve out towards the Atlantic. But it's early days yet, and before it does so, it will likely become another hurricane, possibly up to Category 2, as it nears the same place around the Leeward Islands as they go through the weekend. So obviously, once Antigua and the Leeward Islands get rid of Irma, they'll be watching Jose for another impact, possibly a double impact within the week. In terms of where we are, we'll likely see Jose passing to the north, but we could be seeing a bit more cloudiness as we get towards the weekend. So for Trinidad and Tobago, we should see mostly a settled night. Just a few brief showers around. As you go through the morning, there's some moisture around, so therefore a few showers are likely. And during the afternoon, because of the still conditions, as well as the moisture and the daytime heating, we could see a few showers turning heavy or thundery, especially along the hills of Tobago. For Trinidad, along the south coast, you will see a fluttering of clouds, bringing in a few showers over Columbus Channel into Guaraguari and Moruga. Most of Trinidad should be mostly settled overnight. Once we get the sun rising and the daytime heating kicking in, you will see the clouds building quite quickly along the east-west corridor. A few showers are possibly will turn heavy and thundery, especially during the heat of the afternoon, just after lunchtime, and then going into the early part of the afternoon, and possibly ending around 4 or 5 o'clock. Once we get the daytime heating gone and the sun sets, the day will cool off, and obviously we'll be seeing more settled conditions. Temperature-wise, we're looking at a cool 23 degrees Celsius in Irma, but a warm 26 likely in Canaan. And the temperatures in Tobago are set to be around 32 as we go through tomorrow into Thursday and Friday. Clouds build once more. We'll see the effects of Jose way out there, still bringing in some clouds and some showers. Definitely on Friday, we'll be seeing temperatures about 30 degrees Celsius there. For Trinidad, the cloudiness will continue on Thursday. Temperatures do take a dip to about 33 degrees Celsius, but come Friday and Saturday, we'll be seeing some more long spells of rain to start the weekend. Now, those long swells will continue to impact those northern coastlines and eastern coastlines as well. So Met Service says exercise extreme caution. 13 seconds between those swells, and we're looking at a moderate chop of 2 to 2.5 meters, especially out in the Atlantic. So there we have a tropical storm Jose. This is the dangerous Irma passing across. Now, once it gets into around the Bahamas, it has 3 areas in which it can go, 3 paths. One will take it curving towards the east coastline there, and obviously most people will be hoping that it does so. But before it does so, it will be coming across Hispaniola. Also, for Dominican Republic and Haiti, they'll be obviously under hurricane warnings and watch as we go through the next few days, and then up to the Turks and Caicos as we go through late on Thursday and going into Friday. So there's not much to talk about then in terms of the expected weather across the Leeward Islands. Further to the south into Barbados and St. Vincent, they may see a few clouds and some showers, and there's a slight chance of a thunder shower across in Georgetown, but that is unrelated to Irma. Out towards the Greater Antilles, it's a sunny start for those in Kingston at 33 degrees Celsius, quite hot for Port-au-Prince at 36, and a few clouds and showers gathering before they see the effects of Irma as they go through the next few days. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.